Your doctor will never heal your IBS flare because he is treating your IBS symptoms instead of treating the root causes of IBS. And they know what it is. They've known it since the 70s. Dr. Hammer for sure discovered it in the 80s. Everybody with IBS, Dr. Hammer discovered, would have rings in their brain CT scan in a very particular location, depending on if their IBS symptoms were coming from their colon or from their small intestine or from their gallbladder. So an IBS flare always starts around the time of a traumatic event. Now, I'm not saying all traumatic events cause IBS symptoms. I'm saying it always starts after a traumatic event. But when I found that traumatic event, I had a piece of paper and I made a timeline and I went, wow, I almost, I failed a big test. I went through a breakup. I got fired from a job. Usually, while the conflict is active with IBS, somebody might be constipated or bloated. And then when they resolve the conflict, that's when they get the gut pain and they get the diarrhea. And then usually the symptoms start a new conflict because they can't go back to work, or they can't play the sport that they were almost kicked off the hockey team or the soccer team, and then the conflict gets turned back on again. So the conflict is always off and on, off and on, off and on, and they just seem to be stuck in an endless IBS flare. So the only way to truly stop an IBS flare and to live a life free of IBS constipation and IBS diarrhea is to address the traumatic event, to first find the traumatic event. This is the treatment. This is the cure for IBS. It's the first step. It is to find the traumatic event that happened when your IBS symptoms started. And a lot of the times just doing that will clear 50% of somebody's IBS symptoms. I have a longer video that goes over this IBS treatment in much more detail.